Hello everyone, I hope you are doing good. So today I am here in front of you with a new chapter of class 10, that is chapter number 2, polynomials. So as you already have studied this chapter in class 9, so I guess you all are familiar with the basic concept of polynomials. So here we are starting off with the types of polynomial. The linear polynomial, which will be of the form ax plus b. This type of polynomial will be having degree as 1. The second type of polynomial, that is quadratic polynomial, which will be of the form of ax square plus bx plus c. This will have degree 2. And third one, this cubic polynomial in the form of ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d with a degree 3. So in this chapter, we will be going to study about these two types of polynomials, mainly quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial. As I have already told you, the quadratic polynomial have degree as 2. So the quadratic polynomial will have number of zeros as 2. The two zeros will be represented by alpha and beta. The next type of polynomial, that is cubic polynomial, which has degree 3, will be having three zeros named as alpha, beta and gamma. So now let's see how we can make the relationship, how we can establish the relationship between coefficients and zeros of polynomial. So firstly, let's study about quadratic polynomial, which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c. Now, as I have already told you, the quadratic polynomial has two zeros, alpha and beta. The relationship of these two zeros, alpha and beta, with the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c will be as follows. Alpha plus beta, that is sum of zeros, will be equal to minus b by a, where b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. Similarly, alpha into beta is equals to c by a, where c is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x square. Now, given this quadratic polynomial, you can easily establish the relation between the zeros of the polynomial and the coefficient of the polynomial using these two relationships. Now, if you are given the sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros, that means if you are given the value of alpha plus beta and the value of alpha beta, how you can form the quadratic polynomial? You can use this particular equation to form a polynomial, like px representing a polynomial is equal to k, which will be a constant term, x square minus sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, which denotes product of the zeros. This particular expression will give you the required polynomial, given that the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros is given to you. Now, moving on to the next one, that is cubic polynomial. Let's see how we will establish the relationship between the zeros of this cubic polynomial and the coefficient of the polynomial. Here, as I have earlier told you, that it will be having three zeros named as alpha, beta and gamma. So here, alpha plus beta plus gamma will be equal to minus b by a, where b is the coefficient of x square and a is the coefficient of x cube. Similarly, the second relation shows alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, that means product of these zeros, alpha into beta plus beta into gamma, gamma into alpha. You can say this as the sum of product of zeros two taken at a time is equals to c by a, where c is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x cube. Similarly, the third relationship shows as alpha into beta into gamma, that means the product of all the three zeros is equals to minus d by a, where d is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x cube. Now similarly, if you are given alpha plus beta plus gamma, that is sum of the zeros and sum of the product of zeros taken two at a time, and alpha beta gamma, that is product of the zeros. If you are given these three quantities, how you will be forming a cubic polynomial? You can use this expression to form a cubic polynomial. You can form the polynomial as px, which denotes polynomial, k is the constant term, x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha into x minus alpha beta gamma. That means in the last you have to take product of the zeros. This expression will give you, or it will help you in forming a cubic polynomial. Let's go through the concept and then we'll solve few questions to understand the concept in a better way. So let's understand with the help of this question what type of questions will come in your exam. So here question says find zeros of polynomial and verify the relationship between zeros and coefficient. So this is a quadratic polynomial given to you. So first of all, how you will find out the zeros? To find out the zeros, you know the middle term method, middle term splitting method that you have already studied in your class 8 and 9. Will follow the same method to find the zeros of this particular polynomial, and then after that we will try to verify the relationship. So starting off with the first step, we are given 4s square and plus 1. The product of these two will give you 4s square. Now making the factors 1s into 4s, 2s into 2s. So which pair will give you 4? This pair will give you 4. So I will be choosing this pair. So 4s square as it is, minus as it is, and plus 1 as it is. Instead of this 4s, instead of this 4s, what I will write? I will write 2s plus 2s. Is it clear from this? So now I can write this as 4s square minus 2s plus 1. The negative sign is there before the bracket, so when I will open the bracket, I will change the sign of the elements which are in the bracket. So minus 2s plus 1. Solving this, I can take 2 common and s common. I will left with 2s minus 1 here. So I will be taking minus 1 common here. 2s minus 1. So I have got 2s minus 1 and 2s minus 1. To find out the zeros, I have to keep this equals to 0. I will get 2s minus 1 equals to 0, 2s equals to 1 and s equals to 1 by 2. Similarly, to get the second zero, I need to keep this equals to 0. So 2s minus 1 equals to 0, 2s equals to 1 and s equals to 1 by 2. That means I have got two zeros and both the zeros are equal, that is 1 by 2. Now I can name this as alpha and this as beta. Now let's see and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So according to us, we have got alpha as 1 by 2 and beta as 1 by 2. Let's see the value of a, b and c from the quadratic polynomial. So what is a? A is the coefficient of x square, that is s square, that is 4. Coefficient of s, that is minus 4. And the constant term, that is plus 1. Now we know alpha plus beta is equals to minus b by. Let's put the value here and see if they come equal or not. Alpha is 1 by 2, beta is 1 by 2. Minus b is minus 4 and a is 4. Half plus half makes 1. Minus minus plus 4 by 4 is 1. That is left hand side is equal to right hand side. One part we are done. For the second part, we know alpha into beta equals to c by a. Alpha is 1 by 2, beta is 1 by 2 and c is 1 and a is 4. Solving this, we got 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. So we have verified that alpha plus beta is coming equals to minus b by a and alpha into beta is coming equal to c by a. So this type of question can come in your exams. So now let's see how we form a quadratic polynomial given to us the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. Now sum of the zeros, that means this is the value of alpha plus beta and this gives you the value of alpha into beta. You know the expression which will give you quadratic polynomial, that is px is equals to k x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. So according to the question we are given that the value of alpha plus beta, that is sum of 0, is 1 by 4. So I have put here 1 by 4x plus the value of alpha into beta is minus 1, which will give you k x square minus 1 by 4x minus 1. So now taking 4 as the LCM here, we can solve it further. We will get 4x square minus 1x minus 4. So it is clear, we have taken the LCM, denominator is 1 here, 4x square minus 1x minus 4. So now k was the constant term, so we can take k, the value of k as 4. Let k equals to 4 into 4x square minus 1x minus 4 upon 4. This 4 will get cancelled out and the required polynomial will be 4x square minus 1x minus 4. Go through the steps. So I hope you have got quite a lot of information from this video, and thanks for watching the channel. I will be updating you with few more new topics regarding class 10 maths.